Hello, in this training, I'm going to show you how to finally set up the landing page for your lead magnet. If you have some pages already set up in Kajabi, you can go ahead and duplicate one of those as we talked about for the confirmation page, or you can start from scratch if you're brand new to Kajabi or you just don't even know where to begin. And then we can go in and add all of your templated information later, such as your fonts and colors. If you want to start from scratch, you can go under website and pages and then to landing. And then we're going to do a new landing page. And Kajabi gives you several templates to choose from. If you go all the way down to opt-in, you'll see they have a bunch of options. I recommend finding one that has the form built into it, not one that just has a button. Like this one has a button here that says let's go. I don't recommend doing that. We want to find one that's got the form already built in, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So you could just do the streamlined opt-in and go from there. They've got a couple different options for that. This is one that I've used with a client before. Very simple, very cute. It gives you a little bit of information. You want to be able to put a little bit of information about your lead magnet. How much information is up to you, and we'll talk about that in a little bit as well. That's a cute one. Kind of hard to read, but you can change the background out yourself. But I like the Bolt one. I've had clients use the McKenna one, and that's a simple one. The Iris one, it's a little bit longer, but again, it's got that done there. A lot of these will say newsletter, but you can use it for any opt-in. So you have several different options to choose from. And if you really just don't like the design of any of them, that's okay. Some of these we will need to fix anyway because some of these have headers at the top and we don't want the header at the top. So just gives you an idea of some to select from, but I'm going to go ahead and show you one that I've set up for my business and talk about why I did some things. All right, so this is mine. Create your high converting sales funnel and customer journey. You really want the top to stand out. That's for sure. You want your heading to really grab their attention. And for me, you're like, hey, you have a button and you don't have the form. I actually have the form all the way down here and the button will take them to the form. On some of those other ones, you saw that it was right here, the form, which you can do that too. Some opt-ins are really easy. Like, maybe if it's a free guide of some kind, and you just want them to get it right away. If it's just a 5-day email series, they don't really need a whole lot of information about it. You can do that. This one's a little bit longer of an opt-in page. You may want to use these for if you have an ebook or a 5-day challenge specifically, especially if it's got live sessions or anything like that, things they have to show up for. You may want them to be a little bit longer. So this one, I included a little bit of information on this particular PDF for my lead magnet. That way they knew what was included. I gave a screenshot, which is always a great option if you've got a screenshot of whatever you're giving. If it's a PDF or a checklist or something like that, you don't have to include that. And then I have the form here at the bottom. So again, when they hit the outline, it's going to take them down to the bottom, and I'll show you that on the actual page. When you're ready to actually put in the form that you created, what you'll do is you'll go to, when you're going to add the form, you're going to do an add-in section, and you want it to be the inline opt-in. So you can do an opt-in form or inline opt-in. And then it's going to pop up with this kind of information, and then you just select the exact form that you created. And then the thank you page, as long as you have your confirmation or tripwire page connected on the form in the form settings, you don't need to do anything here. When you go and test out this form, you'll be able to see if it works. You can also put it here, but again, you don't need to because you already have it connected to the form in the settings. And then you want to make it inline, so you don't have to make it inline. I like to make it inline for larger devices. That just means your boxes are going to be next to each other like that. And yeah, kind of some basic information on that. Then you can see what it's going to look like on mobile. So again, when they hit get the outline, it's going to take them down to this. And if they're not ready yet, they can keep scrolling and then they'll eventually get down to that. But this is what it looks like actually in practice. if they hit get the outline, they would do this. They would type in their information and then go to my confirmation/tripwire page. But that's a really simple way to set up a landing page for a lead magnet. Again, give it a great title, give it, some information. You don't have to do a whole lot. As you saw, some of those templates from Kajabi, some of them had a lot of information, some of them didn't. Really just you want to tell your audience what problem this is going to solve for them right away. And you want it to solve that problem for them quickly. And then that's why that's important, because then when you go to the Tripwire page, you can say like, hey, we can actually, maybe you're solving the problem in a different way. You're solving a related problem that's actually a bigger problem related to the smaller problem. I said problem a lot. But you get it. And that's why it's important to think about how your lead magnet and your Tripwire are going to connect, and then how those connect eventually to your main offer. So whether it's a big product or a service. So this just gives you an idea. And then I can also show you a couple of other examples of some good landing pages. Here's an example of one that I've set up for a client. It used that bolt theme that I was talking about from Kajabi, and then we just added all of their information to it. And you can see when you scroll down, it's got the form right away, and then just a little bit of information about the guide, like what they're going to learn. So not a whole lot of copy needed, but it addresses their problem right away to save money at the supermarket, and then they can easily fill in their information there. Here's an example of another landing page. This one's not made in Kajabi, but this can easily be created in Kajabi. It's for an ebook, so it's going to be a little bit longer of a page, and I wanted you to see an example of that. They can put in their information right away, but if they're not ready and they want to learn more about the ebook, it gives them some information, like a look inside about the authors, and then if they want to get the digital copy, it'll take them back up to the top. So that gives you another example of a page to do. But again, it doesn't have to be super complicated. Again, you just want to be addressing the main issue, that your landing page or that your lead magnet's going to solve on your landing page. So if you have any questions about that, you can put them in the comments.